Good morning, everybody. Here we are, Tuesday, February 9th. I'm coming to you from my home, and I just want to give you a little bit of instruction because I really don't want to lose this time. So, everything that you're doing today will help us move forward. And please make sure that you check out our daily slides today for a special announcement about the Black History Month program, because I haven't forgotten about that. Okay. But right now, so you've listened to a short video, a brief introduction about persuasive speaking, and you've learned some terminology. Okay. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce to you what this Rotary Club four-way test speech contest is, just to give you a brief overview so that you have an idea. Okay, so pay attention. It's not that long. And I will ask you on our Google Doc today to jot down some information that I tell you in this video. So here we go. So this is the Rotary Club four-way speech contest. So the Rotary Club four-way speech. First, you have to understand what the Rotary Club is. It's called the Rotary Club International, and it is a global network of over 1 million neighbors, friends, leaders, problem solvers, professional people in a variety of communities across the world. And people unite and they take action to create lasting change in the globe, our communities, and in ourselves. And it's really their mission, and it's what they believe in. So it's this group of professionals in various communities who want to make the world a better place, who want to exact change. So this is a perfect spot in our coursework to learn about persuasion, to learn how to appeal to our audience, to research what's important to us, to hopefully take action and create lasting change. And this is straight from the website of the Rotary Club. And I see my little webcam is in the way, so I'm not sure if I can move it or not. Solving real problems takes real commitment and vision. For over 110 years, the Rotary's People of Action have used their passion and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. They work on literacy, to healthy water and health, and they are always working to better our world. And I think that's something that we lose sight of, and we also might lose sight of the fact that we can be part of that change just with our voices. And I think we kind of learned that, and hopefully we're inspired with that idea by Amanda Gorman and her inaugural poem. Okay. So let's just take a quick walk down memory lane so you can see, and I want to make sure I didn't skip a space here. Here we go. Okay. So just to put some faces to this. So this was last year. This was actually has a special place in my heart because this was Wednesday night, March 12th. So before the pandemic really took its hold, and we shut down and didn't go to school the next day, Thursday the 12th. And so, but we got this competition in, we got this gathering in, and this was over at the Fellowship Manor over across campus. And that's where the Rotary Club for Whitehall meets. And you can see their banner in the background. And you might recognize this tall gentleman. He is your classmate, Zach Ringenberger, as the lone junior in the top 5 last year. He actually walked away with first place. And we have all these other absolutely wonderful, wonderful students here. I miss them all. They did such a great job. And then we have the year before that, we have Michaela Latafe, who also, as a junior, won the contest in 2019. And in 2018, this was actually our maiden voyage into competing for the Rotary Club Four-Way Speech Contest. And we have Livy Moyer all the way over on the right. And here's Livy with her mom. And you can kind of zoom in there and check out that big check that she's holding. So as we learned in the short YouTube video about persuasion, could I be persuading you perhaps? And maybe what am I using to make you want to really think hard about this and really do well and understand that this is a different audience that you'll be writing for and speaking to. And there's some added incentive here from the Whitehall Rotary Club. Okay, so let's get to the actual speech. So this is where it makes sense to do a persuasive speech for this four-way speech contest. The purpose of this speech is to apply certain principles of the Rotary's four-way test to an ethical issue, something that concerns you, something that you would like to see changed, either in the way individuals think or behave, or maybe how policies are in our nation or our world. And students are challenged to identify a topic, an issue they feel passionate about, and to adopt a point of view from which they will speak to persuade others and hopefully to take action. It should be something from the speaker's personal experience or something general knowledge, something that's universal that everyone can understand. There are no restrictions regarding the choice of topic as long as it's not blatantly offensive. And we'll talk more about that, and we'll go through a vetting process with your topics. But you really do have free reign. So as you would normally want to choose something that you feel passionate about for a persuasive speech, you can do that here, certainly. And each part of the four-way test, which I'm going to go over with you, should be addressed during the speech. They should be specifically stated, as the intent of the speech is to use this four-way test, which is 4 questions that we ask ourselves when we are looking at a problem or looking at an issue. Okay. And so let's talk a little bit more about this four-way test. So the bottom line is, and if you can see where this is going, you see 4 points, right? And you know I like 3. 3 is key. But a couple years ago, I learned that 4 is core. So we are going to use these 4 questions as our 4 main points, our 4 main sections. And you will see that later on in our when in doubt outline that has been adapted for the four-way test speech. So here's what the Rotary wants us to do. Of the things we think, say, or do. So when we think something, when we think a certain way, when we judge, when we have certain opinions and positions, when we say something, when words come out of our mouth, and when we behave a certain way, when we take certain actions, we must ask ourselves these 4 questions. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And finally, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And you can use these questions as your main points, and we'll talk more about this, and I'll show you some examples. You'll actually listen to an example here. You can use these questions in a variety of ways to walk the audience through your topic, your issue, and the change that you want to see made. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at the 4-way brainstorming sheet. You're just going to take a look at it. It helps you walk through some ideas. You don't need to do it right now, but for this assignment today, you need to click on this link. I'm a little scared of doing it because the last time I clicked on links with a Screencastify, it shut down and I got the sad face. So I'm going to try to hedge my bets here. So click on this 4-way brainstorming link. And I'll go back and make sure that it's open for everybody. But this is going to help us walk through, and you can see some of the prompts I provide you and questions that kind of help student Michelle. If student Michelle were to do this speech, how would she kind of brainstorm some ideas? And then secondly, you want to take a look at this research and outline guide. And that is, again, like we do with our speeches, kind of a guide to help you, sources that you can look at, research that you can do, because you will be citing sources for this. And then the when in doubt outline that I have molded and adapted for our purposes in this speech. Okay, so take a look at both of those. You don't have to do them, just take a look at those. Okay. And then what you're going to do to finish out your activity and lesson for today. This is a former winner from 2015. He's not from our district, but it's a really great example of presentation and voice brand, because we've been working on that. It's a really great example of taking those 4 questions and how you can use those questions to go through a particular topic or an issue. And I think third, it's a really good example of incorporating research and different kinds of supporting evidence to establish his credibility and to appeal to the emotions and the logical reasoning of the audience. And we learned about those ideas in that first video today. So please watch this and then go back to our main Google Doc lesson for today's lesson. And I believe I ask you to jot down some ideas that you learned from my video right now, and even from this former winner's speech. So hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow, Wednesday, for our little mini Zoom session. Take care.